consent to submit into the record.
Without objection, Ms. Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Secretary Mayorkas. Thank you for all the work that you and the Biden administration have done to preserve the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, or DACA. I was pleased to see that the administration engaged in notice and comment rulemaking to strengthen and protect this vital program. However, the proposed rulemaking fails to address the needs of a group often referred to as the documented dreamers. These are young people who have grown up in the United States as dependents of non-immigrant visa holders, but age out of their visas at age 21 due to the decades-long backlog in the immigration system. Around the country, over 200,000 of these documented dreamers live in limbo, struggling to find a pathway to permanent residency and ineligible for many of the opportunities that their peers who were born in the United States can access. I've heard from countless young people in my district who dream of giving back to the country in which they've spent nearly all their lives. However, backlogs, along with other hurdles in the legal immigration system, have made this dream an impossibility for many documented dreamers. And as you may know, I've introduced bipartisan, bicameral legislation to address this problem. However, there may be an administrative solution through you. Former Secretary Napolitano's original June 15th, 2021 DACA memorandum only requires one to be present in the U.S. on June 15th, 2012, in addition to meeting other requirements under the program. However, under the DHS implemented DACA, the agency stated that the applicants must have been physically present on June 15th, 2012, and have no lawful status on that date. That means documented dreamers who were here legally on June 15th, 2021, but have subsequently lost status because they've aged out are not eligible for DACA. Such individuals were not considered ineligible under the initial Napolitano memo. Is the department considering expanding DACA to include these documented dreamers? And if not, is there a reason they're not being included given the original memo? And I have written 2 letters to your office in support of the documented dreamers and have yet to get a response.
Congresswoman, first of all, I will follow up to make sure that you do receive a response to the letters that you've transmitted to us. The 2012 program was implemented to address those with most acute vulnerabilities. The point you make with respect to individuals who should have access to relief because they've known the United States as their home and have contributed to this country speaks of the imperative to pass immigration reform, to pass legislation to provide a path for those individuals whom you identify. We currently do not have a plan. The focus is on the regulation to fortify the existing DACA program, and I'd welcome the opportunity to speak with you about the concerns that you rightly express for documented dreamers as you've identified them.
As a follow-up question, the House has passed the American Dream and Promise Act, which includes both the current DACA recipients, and make no mistake, they absolutely have to keep their status, and documented dreamers, and then of course extends protection for folks with temporary protected status. What is your office doing to encourage our friends in the Senate to see the need to pass this bill as well?
Congresswoman, I'd be pleased to follow up with your question to address the legislative activity that is underway. We remain hopeful for legislative reform And I note very powerfully that our president sent to Congress a legislative package on his very first day in office.
The gentlelady's time has expired.